A lot of people are keeping a close eye on interest rates. Earlier this month, the Bank of Canada raised its benchmark interest rate to 1.5% and signaled that more hikes are on the way. It's trying to curb record inflation, but it's raising many concerns about mortgage rates and affordability. Mortgage broker with the Atlantic Business Federation, Paul Traynor, joins us tonight with more details. Paul, I expect you're fielding a lot of calls from worried homeowners right now.
Yeah, Louise, it's been very hard on the nerves, put it that way.
Right now.
Yeah, Louise, it's been various financial restructuring, a lot of refinancing. People are trying to get in under the wire to buy homes before the interest rates skyrocket. So it's going to be an interesting 6 months.
Yeah, are you seeing more people perhaps stretching their mortgages over a longer time period to bring that monthly payment down to something they can afford?
Well, that's part of it. We talked last time I was on. We talked about what we should do in the future, and we talked at that time saying get debt down. And a lot of people are definitely doing that. They look at all of the bills that they have, credit cards and stuff like that, and they're saying, well, listen, I'm going to refinance the house to get our debt down because food is increasing, gas is increasing, home goods are increasing. Those type of inflation rates are really, really high. And of course, in Prince Edward Island, they're now the highest at 7.1%. So people are restructuring their debt.
Yeah, it's quite overwhelming for a lot of people. You mentioned that maybe people are trying to buy before rates go higher, but is there any hesitation as well from prospective buyers, just too afraid of those rates going up and up and up?
No, because the cost of rent is higher than the cost of purchasing a home. So when you do the math, it just makes sense to own a home instead of rent. Rents are going, especially in Prince Edward Island, they're literally going through the roof. And that's showing up, of course, in the consumer price index and inflation, which is right now at a 40-year high. We haven't seen these rate increases since July 1st of 1981. So it's really, really serious.
Do you feel like history is going to repeat itself? We go back to 1981. I remember that year is the year I moved to Canada.
Well, yeah, a lot of things happened in 81. Jimmy Carter, of course, was kicked out. Kim Carnes had the Betty Davis eyes. The New York Islanders went on the Stanley Cup route, and they ended up winning 4. But interest rates started off low in 1980 and then started to increase. And in July 1st of 1981, they hit 16.63%. And we look at the economic data from today and compare it to 1981, same thing. The economic numbers were the exact same. Scary.
So do you think we could go that high again?
Yes. Yeah, I think we can.
That's hard to wrap your head around. I'm wondering, maybe some practical advice for what people can do now ahead of the next rate increase and then the one after that.
I don't think there's really nothing people can do. This is bigger than the average individual. So there's going to have to be, some fundamental talks going on to get inflation under control. That's the big culprit in the room. That's the elephant in the room. It's affecting everybody, regardless of who you are and where you're at. So unless inflation gets under control, we're not going to see mortgage rates or interest rates dropping down. And of course, it's not just mortgage rates. It'll be car loans and those type of purchases as well are going to be impacted. If you remember back in the 80s, people were paying 19-20% for car loans. So like I say, I'm not being doom and gloom there. That probably won't happen, but definitely the mortgage rates are going to be impacted. And I think over the next couple of months, it'll probably be around 7-8% realistic.
And what is that going to mean for people who maybe overextended themselves to get into a home in the first place? Is that a deal breaker? Could they have to face selling their home?
Hope not. You can refinance your debt, and you can refinance it. So if you have a 15-year mortgage, then maybe it's the time to come in and talk to a mortgage broker. There's lots of great ones from Prince Edward Island, and maybe get that extended over to 25 years. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about restructuring debt. It's really important to do that because debt, causes so many other problems, and it has to be dealt with. So there are options available. So if you're, if you have a mortgage at $1,000 a month, you might want to talk to maybe extend it and get it over 25 years and bring it down to $700 a month. But those are conversations you really have to have.
Is the Bank of Canada on the right path, increasing key interest rates the way they are right now?
Well, they have no other choice. I mean, they literally have no other choice. If interest rates do not increase, then all of your products, your food, your gasoline, your home products, your food, shelter, all of that increases. So yeah, they have no other choice.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate your expertise on this tonight, Paul Traynor. Thanks very much.
Well, you're very welcome. I wish I was bearer of better news. But we come out of the 80s fine. My hair is a lot shorter than it was back in the 80s. So we're going to get through this one as well, too.